Hello, today I'm going to be reverting the Kindle Fire 1 from the OtterX project partitions back to the original Amazon partitions, and then reinstalling the stock ROM 6.3.3. I've done this a dozen times, and every time it's been something different, different error. I've tried a dozen different things. If you get an error that like the SD card won't mount, you just need to reboot and wipe again, and you may have to do a quick format from the PC, but I'll show you the basic steps here. First we need some ABD files, your Fastboot exec files. You're going to need the Fire bootloader 1.5. You're going to need the MD5 checksum checker. You're going to need your stock ROM bin, which we'll rename later. And you're going to need a older TWRP 2.2.2.1 to install the stock ROM. Okay, the first thing we need to do is we need to reboot to we'll go through this. To get the TWRP, just need to go to this site here, and this is the 2.2.2.1 Blaze. Download it, and then you need to verify that this MD5 matches the file you downloaded. So you just copy that, and then you go back to your MD5 checker, and you can see it pasted it right there. Then you just need to find your file. I put all my files in C drive ADB folder, and you just find the file that you're verifying, and you open it, and you can see that it says it's correct. You just need to do that and make sure that it flashes correctly. Alright, so next step. Okay, once you've downloaded the files you need, we're going to need to reboot the Kindle. Just select System, reboot it to the bootloader, and we're going to select the OtterX or Amazon partitions. When you see the bootloader, go ahead and press the power button once, and then once more, long press on Advanced. Scroll down to OtterX and select it. Confirm set mode Amazon, and then long press on back. Well, scroll around if you don't. Long press on back, and then go ahead and click recovery boot. And boot back to recovery. And then we're going to wipe the cache. Swipe, cache, swipe. Okay, now we're going to go back home, reboot, recovery. Don't worry if it says no OS installed. Okay. Now we're going to go back to wipe. We're going to go to advanced wipe, and we want to change the file system. Oops. If you see, we'll go back, go to System. You can see it's ext4 file system. That is what we're going to change the data back to. Change file system. Takes a few seconds. Okay, now we go back. I'm going to change the Delvic. It doesn't have cache. And that's good. System should be good. So now we're going to go back and we're going to format data. Yes. You can see it said unable to mount data, unable to mount system, unable to mount storage, unable to mount data media. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and reboot again. Back to recovery, and don't worry about it. It says it's no OS installed. We're not ready to install an OS yet. Okay, go back to wipe again, do advanced wipe, and we'll just do, I'm going to select everything and swipe to wipe. It did say unable to mount system. We'll see if advanced wipe system. Try to do that one more time. It's a success. Okay. Next thing we're going to try is I'm going to push the Fire bootloader zip 1.5 with ADB to the SD card. We'll see if we can get it to do that. I need to open a command prompt. That'll be in accessories, command prompt, and then you need to change directory to where you have the files and ADB. So just have it in change directory /ADB, enter, and then we'll do ADB push, and then we need our file name. Type it, or you can copy and paste it. Just make sure it's correct with the file extension, and then space SD card and enter, and you can see that it said it pushed it. So now we're going to go to mount install, and it's right there. If it's not, you may have to go find your SD card. Just select it, swipe to confirm flash, and we'll reboot system. Don't worry about it saying no super user. You don't need a super user. You can swipe to install. It doesn't really matter. It's not going to install it. There's no OS. Okay, so that's our new bootloader. We'll just reboot to recovery if it'll let us. There's always a chance it might power down here. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and write my command to push our TWRP Let's see if it'll accept that. So we're gonna do Fastboot Flash Recovery, and our file name, and then you can go ahead and press enter here, but you need to get it into Fastboot before it times out. You should have plenty of time to do that. Just press enter. I'll say waiting for the device, and then we just go into TWRP and you hit reboot and bootloader and swipe to reboot, and don't worry about the super user. Once computer detects Fastboot mode, it'll flash our recovery any second. There we go. Then we can go ahead and do our Fastboot Reboot command and press enter. And then when you see the bootloader again, we'll go ahead and long press on the power button and scroll to recovery and let go. And it should boot to TWRP 2.2.2.1. If not, it'll power down, and but it should work successfully. Okay, we have 2.2.2.1 without any major errors. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and try to mount our SD card. Don't worry, uncheck that. Just mount see, and it's not letting us mount the SD card. So that means our partitions still aren't wiped correctly, but that's fine. It is fixable. One thing you can do is you can go back in and try wiping a couple more times. You can do a factory reset and wipe the system and Delvic and cache, and you might be able to get it. Might not be able to. It's been kind of finicky. But the other thing you can do is you can mount your data or mount your system. Sometimes it depends on what it wants to allow to mount. Then go ahead and check mount USB storage, and then you're going to get on your computer. You need to format this disk in drive G before you can use it. So go ahead and click format disk, and you'll get this format removable disk G. See, it's got a capacity of 5 gigabytes, and you get a allocation unit size. Let's see what we got. Let's see. You want to format it as a FAT32 and block size 4096 if that is an option. So I'm going to find our. We've got FAT32 and a 496. You want to make sure that quick format is checked. Go ahead and click start. It won't. It's going to erase all the data. That's fine. That was going to get done already. Should have been done already. Okay, format complete, and then you can go ahead and close it, and you should get a pop-up for our storage. You may not. If you don't, just go to computer, and it should be this one right here, G drive, and it's empty. Well, what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and drag or copy our update. But before we do that, well, we can go ahead and drag it over there. It'll take a minute or so to copy that 204 megabyte file. Let's going to take a few minutes for it to transfer. Once it's transferred, we're going to rename it to update.zip so TWRP is able to install it. Okay. Yeah, and you also wanted to verify the MD5. I have that MD5 on my website, on my list of stuff. All right. So we're going to rename update zip. Zip. And it's good. Should tell you, give you a warning if you change the file extension, it might become unstable. Click yes to change it. Okay, now you want to close this folder, and then you want to go to the Kindle and go ahead and unmount, and then you can leave that checked. Seems to work better that way, anyways. And then go to install, and you see it's not listed, so we're going to want to go up. And I think we just go back to SD card and it'll show up. There we go. That's the update zip. Go ahead and check it. Swipe to confirm flash. And we got a whole lot of errors there. Install update. It may say yeah, they didn't like that. Should have rebooted the system. We're going to go ahead and wipe the cache. And probably do a factory reset here. See what kind of you don't want to see any errors when you're installing the stock ROM, or else it's not going to boot right, and you're not going to have TWRP or anything left to go back to. You have to start over. Okay, so let's go ahead and see if it'll install correctly this time. Once you've tried to install the update, it's not a good idea to reboot, because it may have wiped the bootloader in recovery. So you possibly could require a Fastboot cable to fix it. See our status bar is only a third of the way done. It's not throwing any errors this time, so should be good. Let's see. Well, it looks like that worked. We'll go ahead and wipe the caches again. And we'll reboot. Should be back at stock Kindle Fire. Just a few minutes. Now, when you click reboot system, it possibly could take a couple minutes for the Kindle to boot the first time. So don't panic right away if it doesn't seem like it wants to boot. Boot system, and TWRP and Fire should be gone. Let's see, we got the stock Kindle Fire boot logo. It'll flash back and forth a few times. If you see this logo and there's no animation at all and there's no blinking, you're probably stuck in Fastboot. And if that's the case, you're going to need to go ahead and flash Fire bootloader and TWRP again, and rewipe everything and try it again. But when it's doing this, it's trying to boot. And see if we go and close your command prompt. And it's 12:52 my time right now. 12:53. I'm gonna pause it and we'll see what how long it takes to boot. Okay, so it's 12:54 and it is just booted, so it only took a couple minutes. That was pretty good. You can disconnect that. You can see you got a setup screen here. You can set it up now, or you can skip it. Seems to be working fine. The only thing I guess I didn't check was see if it'll mount the SD card correctly. I didn't see a pop-up on my screen, so it's possible that SD card is still not cooperating. Let's see, we'll go to my computer. Yeah, it's still there. Okay, so it seems to be working right. Alright, well, it's been almost a half hour. I'm trying to get this back to stock Kindle, stock ROM. Alright, hope this helps you. Thanks for watching.